Hey guys, how's it going? The Haggard Nerd here, and I'm excited to tell you guys that a new update for Astroneer is available. It is called the Excavation update. It was released today, October 12th, 2017, and I'm super excited for this because this brings a huge number of changes. Things that have been sitting in the experimental build and the guys on the vlogs and stuff have been talking about, the SES vlogs and stuff. So I'm really excited to kind of share this with you guys and just go through the patch notes, and I'm really excited to get and play the game. We will be streaming this tomorrow, so that's Friday the 13th. Oh boy. So anyway, let's go ahead and go through this just real quick, and I want to share with you guys all the cool things that they added. So the Excavation update includes new modules and items to the craft, an entirely core gameplay loop, and quality of life updates. It also includes some crucial fixes for vehicles and tweaks to research RNG ahead of Research 2.0 changes. Ooh, looking forward to that. We would like to sincerely thank early access players for the feedback. Experimental 002 test, as that information helped us make changes that eventually made it into this update. So yeah, so basically a lot of the things that were on the experimental build are now live. So just a heads up, if you do start playing 2.15 here, you should probably start a new map because of the changes. Things might break, things might not act properly, so make sure you start a new map if you do play 2.15. Okay, so let's see here. So they added a new reusable canister item. So basically that was the things you were seeing, train as a resource basically, where when you dig, you fill up canisters, and you can use those canisters to get other type materials based on the mineral extractor module. And the mineral extractor module is a brand new thing in the game, which is very exciting. It's got cool animations and everything you can see here. I didn't really enlarge it. Thank you, buddy. Anyway, so what it does is it seems to, let's see here, extract the resources from all of the terrain beneath your Astroneer's feet. It works by taking the sediment gathered into reusable canisters and filtering it, resulting in the resource of your choice. To create resources, simply gather the sediment into reusable canisters from your train tool, then feed that gathered sediment into the module's reservoir. Then place a sample in the center of the centrifuge. Upon activation, the extractor will fill its canisters with sediments, and the extract out the resource, requested resource. I can't talk today, guys. So basically it allows you to take the terrain that you've collected and turn it into usable, interesting, fun things. And I wonder if this is going to actually end up replacing the trade platform. I don't know. I think it's just for minerals, so like basic minerals and stuff, and like ores and stuff. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So they also added the hydrazine catalyzer. So now ammonium should be available in the game. And what you do is you take that ammonium, you put it into this thing, and it processes out hydrazine for you. So that is kind of cool. So what they say is the conversion of hydrazine from a crystalline deposit to fully refined resource in a container was never the intended final experience for gathering fuel. So basically they're making this a new like multi-step thing instead of just picking stuff up off the ground. So let's see here, what else? Reusable canisters are also required to store the newly created hydrazine fuel. In the future, we hope to possibly use the catalyzer for the conversion of other minerals. That's cool. So that'll add an extra step of things to improve the experience and further, not necessarily overly complicate, but add extra steps to the game, which I think will help broaden the experience. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, it seems like we have a new boost mod augment. The boost mod is a new tool used to gather sediment and or deform terrain quickly. So basically, I spent about 10 minutes in the game in this build earlier, and I found out that the normal terrain tool tends to dig or deform a little bit slower than normal. So this allows for a boost in that speed at the cost of power from your battery on your backpack. So that's an interesting change. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So there's some changes to the fuel condenser. So interestingly enough, this is going to be the first automated module in the game. Basically, it's going to require more than one charge to create a full canister of hydrazine. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I've not messed with this too much, but apparently you can put multiple canisters in and it will pop out one when it's done. If you go back and watch the vlogs, they explain it a little bit, but I'm really excited to see how this plays out actually in game. Let's see what else. There's a lot here, so I appreciate you bearing with me here. So there's a new power dynamic. Interesting. There have been significant changes to the backpack power system to better suit our intended progression path. So basically, instead of using power in your backpack to deform the terrain, it actually doesn't require any power to use your tool, your terrain tool. So basically, deforming, flattening, and removing terrain no longer uses backpack battery power. So basically, you can go out and you can dig and you can explore. As long as you have O2, you are good, and you can dig up anything you want. It doesn't necessarily mean you can place down anything you want, because that requires sediment and stuff. But more on that later, I think. The backpack no longer trickle charges. That means that when you run out of power, you are out of power until you generate or find more. Printing from the backpack printer now draws power. That's interesting. That's interesting. It makes sense, though. Augments also now draw power when activated on your terrain tool. Okay, so that's going to be an interesting new balance in power management. There's also a big change when it comes to portable power generation. This is big. I noticed this when I played through for the 10 minutes. The solar panel and small generator have swapped places. Now the most accessible power in the early game is the non-renewable organic-based small generator. Printable for one compound, these generators run on foliage gathered from the world. You guys know how to use that, so organic and stuff. So basically, that gives the small generator an organic purpose, because up to this point, I've not really had a need for the small generator or organic material, so it's good to see that this is now now going to be a thing that's going to require you to use the small generator if you actually want to run your base and stuff. So that adds an extra step of complexity, but good complexity, not frustrating complexity. I do like that. It's an interesting balance. After playing for a bit and unlocking the smelter, you can then make the necessary copper to unlock the power of the sun. We feel like the solar energy in the game made the progression too easy. I agree, and didn't present any interesting choices related to power. Most people have small solar panels for their base and find themselves within 5 minutes of new game and never really had to think about power generation ever again. So yeah, I agree with this change. It's a very cool, interesting change in the balance. And yeah, like they were saying, like power choices, like trying to plan out your base and power stuff. And also, like you picked up all the organic around your base too and everything, and you don't really have anything, and I end up usually making a whole lot of junk filled with organic. This will give us a reason to use the organic. So another big thing is the deforming with the drill head fills connected canisters. So basically, as you can see here in the picture, if you put a drill head on a truck and then you have canisters lined up on storage units, it'll just automatically fill all those. So then you can take those canisters and go run them through the material processor, this thingamabob here, the extractor module. Yeah, and then you can get all kinds of useful things with this setup now. So now you can go out and grab a bunch of terrain you're not going to be using or near, and then you can bring it back and actually do a nice process to where you can get more minerals and materials that you need. Very cool, very cool. I'll probably be doing this. I'll probably change up my playstyle to incorporate this, because that is very, very awesome. So we're getting down into the more listed items. So let's see what we got here. So other extraction update changes. Adding terrain now requires store terrain from reusable containers. So basically, when you want to flatten or when you want to add terrain, you have to use the terrain you collected in the canisters. Added new soil hose to deform tool. So basically what that is basically they connected a hose between the backpack and the terrain tool. I don't have a picture here, but it's just a nice little immersive thing that makes sense. Added soil gauge to the terrain brush. I've not seen this. This is going to be interesting to check out. Updated deform tool to have burn off valve to indicate lost terrain when the canister is full. So basically on the back of your terrain tool, there's a little tiny thing, and once you start pulling up terrain and you don't have anywhere to go, it spits out some fire and it looks really cool. Revised soil usage to have a 1-1 relationship with the changes made to terrain. Flatten mode now collects or consumes soil contextually. So that was a big thing in the experimental build, where the only thing it would do would be to burn fuel from the canisters or sediment from the canisters. Now it seems like they've got it to where it will add and remove as needed. So that's really good. That's really good. I'm excited for that. Opening the backpack while the deform tool is equipped will now pop out the deform tool automatically, so that saves us a step. Indicator slots now pull resources from the deform tool in addition to the backpack. Oh, cool. So that way, if you have like minerals or anything on your tool, you should be able to just click and it'll pull from your tool as well as your backpack. Good stuff. When responding, the Astroneer will now descend from the space station. So that's a cool immersive thing. So like I died earlier, and instead of just popping back at the HAB module, it actually shot me off back from the starting space station, and then you had that nice animation coming back down to the surface again. So that was just a really cool addition. I really do like that. Add a new tutorial sequence to introduce soil collection and changes to power usage. Very cool. All augment recipes for now have temporarily been unlocked. That is awesome. So we'll get to play around with stuff and see how that goes. Let's see. We got some audio changes as well. They mixed, mastered, and implemented new music assets. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I may actually have to redo my intro and outro music for Astroneer, because now they've been doing all this work with all this new music and stuff. It might be a time to rework that now that we have all this extra stuff that sounds wonderful. So yeah, they added new music. You should be hearing this new music in-game intermittently. Hooray! So we got some bug fixes here. The thruster now plays sounds when it activates or deactivates. Cool. Fix an issue where audio occasionally did not play when removing terrain. Fix an issue where beacon icons would become inaccurate while viewing from orbit. I wonder if that was where you see all the icons and stuff over from the side, or they're flipped upside down or something. I don't know. Partially fixed an issue where dead Astroneer backpacks would use world lighting, making it difficult to see what is on them in low light situations. Very cool. Beacon collision model has changed, so it is no longer spherical. Fun. Yeah, sometimes they would roll away. I think that's what that is. Driving, oh, this is good. Driving past conduits on rovers no longer pops attached objects off the front and back connectors. Hooray! That has been such a pain in the butt. That's why I never like connect my rovers, because I usually have something on the front of the back, and I have to put them back on every single time. Fix the issue where rovers would fly into space when loading a save from a rover seat. Interesting. Maybe that's why we were losing our rovers before. Fix several issues where rovers displaying inconsistent physics. Okay. Fix an issue where rovers not having the power to perform basic intended functionality. Good stuff. Sandstorm attenuation should now be working properly. Ooh, interesting. Fix an issue where rovers would load in incorrect positions when quitting to main menu, then reloading a save game. All right, so we're almost done here. So they're changing the word prototyping to roadmap, which is great. So we're now doing a roadmap highlight, and I'm super excited for the plans for the future of this game. So they are still working on dedicated servers. They did have a vlog up where Carl had been working on a more than 4-person multiplayer for the dedicated servers. I'm super excited to do a dedicated server for our community, if that's something you guys want to do, because that would just be awesome. I think that would be fun. I'm still super excited about that. Terrain 2.0 is coming along. They're saying the engine is now deformable. Hooray. So that means work has begun to figure out the new authoring tools, as well as optimizing it so we can start creating the interesting terrain that is new, much more efficient system will allow for. Oh, I'm so excited for that. Modularity is the other thing that's wonderful. They've been working on this newest update, but didn't want to completely drop any of the boulders we have pushing towards. Interesting way to put that. So yeah, so they are still working on modularity, which is super awesome. And this looks like Terrain 2.0, maybe. I don't know. I think that may be a hint there. So guys, oh man, so this has been a huge update. The Excavation update, and so today is Thursday the 12th, tomorrow is Friday the 13th. Ooh, yeah, and I will be doing a live stream of this update tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. So I know this has been a long update video, guys, but I wanted to go through each of these single points with you guys and explain them to you and kind of give you my feedback on them. I'm really excited for this, and hopefully you guys are too. So guys, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you like what I do, hit the like button, and if you want to help my channel grow, guys, share my videos, share my live streams and stuff. I want to get the channel as large as possible, and I definitely need your help to do so. And keep in mind, once we hit 1,500 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway for both Prey and Wolfenstein 2: The Colossus. So comment on the October channel update video, and I'll pick somebody at random from that comment section to win those keys. So look out for that, because that's exciting. So yeah, guys, if there's anything you have you want to share, or any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Love hearing from you guys. As always, thanks for watching. Take care.